Cam Newton was involved in a skirmish at a youth football camp. A cowboy lost thousands of dollars in shoes because he was a little bit forgetful. And one Patriots staffer said he'll take his secrets to the grave, which I assume Bill Belichick has already dug for him. Cue the thing! Welcome to Shut Up Football. I'm Jeff Stoltzfus. That's Kevin. Let's take a look at some news. Well, it happened. Everybody's dream came true. Chad Powers is coming to Hulu. If you're unfamiliar,
hello, I'm Chad Powers.
Back in 2022, Eli Manning tried to walk on at Penn State in disguise under the name Chad Powers as part of Eli's places. Think fast, run fast was his motto.
Think fast, run fast, right?
This is for you, baby. Think fast, run fast, think fast, run fast.
Maybe Hollywood thinks it's got another Ted Lasso on its hands. Chad Powers will be a half-hour comedy series starring Glenn Powell, seen here in your wife's thoughts during that special time before you come to bed, aka driving the phalanges to Beantown. He was in Top Gun Maverick, Anyone But You, and the upcoming Twister sequel, Twisters. Do you like cocaine? Johnny Manziel sure did. Johnny Football was on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay recently, where he made this revelation.
I was 210 pounds when I left Cleveland. I was 170 pounds sitting in Vegas that August. How you lose 40 pounds? You're on a strict diet of blow.
40 pounds is a lot. That's like 3.3 cats. Johnny may have just unintentionally endorsed cocaine as a weight loss drug. Do you want to lose 3.3 cats? Have we got a drug for you? Side effects include cleaning the grout in your bathroom at 3 a.m. and spiraling. It must have looked like one of those machines that they spray the lines on the streets, but in reverse. It's a fascinating interview, but it did take a turn when Johnny dropped his pants.
Johnny, you a small man, bro.
Last year, a lot of fans were pissed when the NFL streamed a playoff game exclusively on Peacock. That won't be happening next season, because Amazon Prime just dumped $120 million on them to steal it away. That's $10 million more than Peacock. Amazon had their first ever Black Friday game last year, but that didn't come close to as many viewers as what Peacock drew for a wild card playoff game. Commissioner Goodell, seen here as his weekend persona, Casual Rojo, spoke about the deal saying, "You have to fish where the fish are." Eric Bieniemy was not fired from the Washington Commanders. That's according to, Eric Bieniemy. Bieniemy, who's signing a deal to become the new offensive coordinator for UCLA, said he chose not to stay in Washington. And I wouldn't either if they gave my job to someone else. One could have assumed Bieniemy was let go after they fired head coach Ron Rivera at the end of last season, or when they hired Cliff Kingsbury. I don't like your name, dude. When they hired Cliff Kingsbury weeks ago to do his exact job, likely in the office and chair that he used to sit in. Don't get me wrong, I'm not calling Bieniemy a liar. The Commanders might not have come right out and said to his face, "You're fired." But there were clues. Cam Newton was involved in an altercation at a youth football camp. Cam fighting kids? Thought it was gonna be that kid from the commercial.
Make Panthers fans forget about you and become your mom's favorite player?
The funniest thing to me is seeing that hat in the middle. Looks like Johnny Depp getting passed around a prison yard like a pack of cigarettes. It's not clear what caused the fight, but if I know fights, it was probably something stupid. Some reports say that Cam was talking trash at the event, but that's hardly unexpected. He could talk shit at an MVP level. I don't see him swinging on anybody, and considering his size, if he really wanted to hurt you, he could. This looks more like when my kids try to wrestle me. Guys, if you really want to hurt Cam, just show him Week 12 from the 2021 season.
That was one of the most horrific quarterback performances we have ever seen.
Top Shelf Performance, who sponsored the event, released a statement condemning the incident, saying, "Violence has no place in our community." Now let's get back to football. The league is taking steps to make the hip drop tackle illegal. They just have to figure out the language to define it. "No problem," said a catch, laughing its ass off. The hip drop tackle is what happened to Mark Andrews last year. Basically, a defensive player uses his weight to drag an offensive player's lower body to the ground. In Mark Andrews' case, it trapped his leg and caused a serious ankle injury. Surprisingly, the NFL Players Association opposes the ban. Austin Eckler is a part of the executive committee, and he said, banning it would be detrimental to the game because of the difficulty in defining it for players and officials. A former Patriots staffer said he'll take details of Spygate to his grave. Stand down, said Bill Belichick into his collar, to not a sniper. Ernie Adams is the former director of football research for the Patriots. He was being interviewed for a new Apple TV documentary about the Patriots dynasty. Finally, someone had the courage to make one. Likely this is just an attempt by Ernie to amp up the sex appeal on his future gravesite. But I'm not falling for it. You keep your details, Ern. Oh, that's where they should put him. This sounds way more interesting than it is. Everybody was videotaping and stealing signals back then. It was just part of the game. So whatever details he has are probably really boring ones about the tape stock used or some stinky locker they kept him in. The only way it would be interesting is if Tom Brady sat on them every night like a mother hen. That I would want to know. Many NFL coaches have decided to skip this year's NFL Combine. Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh, and Sean McVay have all stated they will not attend. Meanwhile, Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy plans to attend, but only for about 22 minutes before the Packers take his seat. Speaking of sad Cowboys,
I wish I knew how to quit you. Check out one of the craziest storage units I've ever purchased. These are player-exclusive cleats. They sell for between $600 and $700.
This storage unit reportedly belonged to Cowboys defensive tackle Mazi Smith. It was auctioned off for $1,800 after he failed to make payment on it. The man who bought it found a receipt in it from Cartier for $12,000 sunglasses, Nike sneakers, and player executive cleats worth $20,000. He also found a $1,000 Louis Vuitton toiletry bag, guns, and Legos. I guess an autistic rapper is also a possibility. Of course, Mazi found out about it. The guy posted it on TikTok. If he wanted to keep it a secret, he should have chosen Facebook. Mazi wants his shit back, and I don't know how this is gonna end, but if it were me, I'd keep it and hide it someplace this cowboy could never find me. Like the NFC Championship game. Thanks for watching Shut Up Football. Leave your comments below, like, subscribe, say hi to your mom for me, and we'll catch you next time. Peace!
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.